Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Inside the Headset Edition Wednesday night as we talk to the head coach of the Oakland Patriots, head coach Kevin Creasy. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing good.
Well, you've already called me on the carpet. You thought your time slot was 7:15. Now I've messed that up. I've messed up your whole night now, haven't I?
I'm telling you, I've been thrown for a loop. It's gonna be rough.
Gonna be rough. Gonna be rough. Well, played in the rain Friday night, and luckily Judy the Beauty was there. I was covering up the equipment. You were there, and the Oakland Patriots was there, and you played Hendersonville, came away with a winner. Coach Creasy, talk a little bit about the game and just logistically and your players and how you executed. You just take it, and we'll listen a little bit about your thoughts on Friday night.
Yeah, I tell you, I was proud of our guys. They were happy to be back on the game field. I thought they did a really good job of playing in the elements. I thought, considering how rainy it was a pretty clean game. A lot of scoring on our end. I thought we did a good job of hanging on to the ball for the most part. Neither team had many penalties. I think we both had 4 penalties apiece, and that usually doesn't happen when you don't have any scrimmages. You don't have spring ball, and we had a couple guys out with injuries, and we're still able to move the ball pretty good. And then, of course, our defense probably shouldn't even gave up point at the first half. We put them in a bad spot, and they at least held Hendersonville to a field goal, and then gave up another touchdown later on to a really good running back. I think Hendersonville has several weapons on offense, so to hold those guys to 10 points, that was a pretty big task, and I was proud of our guys on both sides of the ball, and I got some things to work on special teams wise, but for our first game, it was pretty good.
Well, and I think the special teams, we got to blame, Ron ate a lot, Coach Ray ate a lot. He was over in a game at Blackman, and and he had a chance to win it, and he went for 2, and he did not go for the field goal to tie it up against Phillip. And I remember that game, and sometimes you in the rain, sometimes you're better off just to run it, aren't you, Coach? And just run it.
Yeah,
and
we had to go for 2 a couple times. Came up successful once, unsuccessful again. So I guess that's about the same as hitting your extra points if you're 50% on 2-point conversions. But we'd like to be a little better than that. And of course, we're disappointed we lost. Missed some extra points. We missed more extra points Friday night than we missed in
you did
the last 2 years added together, I believe. So it's just part of it. It's one of those deals. We don't practice a lot in the rain as far as kicking and snapping and holding. So that's something that we need to work more on.
You ran a 2 rotation quarterback with Schlachter and Victor Stevenson. I thought both of them played pretty well. Both of them have things to improve upon, but both of them can put a win on that game as they were a part of it. And, just a few things. But what's one of the? Can you give us a little inside the Schlachter? What did you see out of him that you really liked that jumps off the screen when you looked at the video?
Yeah, he played a courageous game. I thought he showed a lot of guts. A little too courageous on a couple throws. Could have easily been picked off on a couple throws and ended up kind of bouncing our way. We got a couple bounces our way. That happens sometimes at home. And then, of course, I thought he did a good job of running the offense.
Yeah, and then your second quarterback, and not that he's 2, you could start Victor Stevenson. He could be 1 on any night. It's just whatever you feel is the series and whoever gets the lead puppy when they start. But he did a real good job and found the end zone also, didn't he?
He did. You just put athlete by Victor's name. He's going to do a lot of different things for you. He knows the playbook inside and out. He played quarterback, receiver. He played a couple different positions on defense, a couple different positions on special teams. We just like to get the ball in his hands. So
yep,
he did a lot of good things at quarterback as well. I think he threw a touchdown pass, and then of course I think he ran one himself. So yeah, he's a dangerous guy for sure.
And then finally, our MVP of the game, Judy the Beauty, for capturing all the video. You can't do without her, can you, Coach?
No, no, I thought you were going to give Boogie the MVP.
Well,
What do you think?
Boogie. I tell you what, Boogie did as far as game field. He did do the best job. I did
I
leave him
think
out,
he
but
did.
his
I think he
tailback.
did well. Antonio Patterson did a really good job, but no, Judy the Beauty definitely stepped up to the plate. Our video in the end zone crashed. It happens sometimes, but then our sideline was a teetotal mess as well. So we were in trouble. We wouldn't have ever seen any of Antonio Patterson's runs or catches if it hadn't been for Judy and like I said, it was not only a good replacement film, but it was high quality. So we were able to watch it several times, and as a team, we watched it, and they were really bragging on the film quality. So we were glad that y'all were there.
Well, thank you, thank you. No, but Boogie did do a good job, and we expect a lot more out of him as he progresses into that lead role, and got the Spencer kid. We got him up the middle. You've tried it a couple of times, but he finally found the seam, and boy, when he did, he picked him up about 32 yards and a good little run.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you got to give him the ball if he blocks real well, and he was doing a good job of blocking. And we had several guys carry the ball the other night. I think Eric Taylor, as a sophomore, stepped it up and showed that he's got a bright future ahead of us. And a lot of these guys are underclassmen, so it was a big night for some younger guys, and I thought that was always a good sign.
Well, I will tell you that I do talk to the inside circuit of, and you do not know this inside circuit because I've been here a little bit longer than you. See, I've been here, and I used to run with some youth football guys way down in Una and down in that bunch, and they tell me now you've got one on the team that played, that played youth ball at Una.
I do not know that. No, I did
He
not know that.
ran the ball at Una.
That's a good sign because they usually have pretty good running
No,
backs.
I don't mean he ran the ball. He ran the ball. He was the big dude, no doubt. Momo. Momo is the man. And so I've
Jordan,
already
Jordan,
heard.
Jordan James.
Yes, Jordan
Yeah.
James' nickname is Momo, and they told me I was on a three-way call the other night with some former Una football coaches, and they were telling me, "Oh, Momo's special. He gonna, yeah, And then they tell me there's a Horton kid that will be
Yeah.
coming up, and said
Right.
that you will be bringing us a little bit more gunpowder very soon after they get off their water skiing accident or whatever it was they was in on. But
I think
anyway,
a little jet ski incident, more of an incident than an accident, and those guys they're going to be fine. They just got some bruises that they're trying to get rid of, and hopefully in time they'll be 100% ready to roll with us.
I did, I had no idea. I was actually called out of the blue and brought into this conversation because I filmed the other night and they saw my highlights and they said Momo wasn't in there yet, but you'll get to see him. You'll get to see him soon. Get ready. So anyway, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess we won't see him this week either. We
no,
don't
and
have a
that's
game,
what I was
so
getting ready to talk about, Coach.
that just gets us another week of practice and hopefully staying healthy. So
What are you going to do? I
that's
mean, so what is your? I know you're going to get out or you're going to watch Stork Vision or you're going to do something, but
absolutely.
so
Yeah.
well, I'm going over to Riverdale, but what are you going to do? I guess you're just going to. Is this a time to teach kids film or to teach to work on other things or what's your?
Well, we've got plenty to work on. A lot of improvement happens from week 1 to week 2. Unfortunately, we don't have a game week 2, so we've
Right.
been working on ourselves with ourselves. And, need to try to stay healthy. It's one of those things.
Well,
Full circle too, but
you could have called up Will Hester and played.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Will, is he quarantined or is
No,
he
no.
out practicing?
He had a. They canceled, but anyway, I think he canceled. He was supposed to play at the last minute, and they ended up canceling. But at one point, Muscle Shoals canceled, so he could have picked up a game.
Well,
I didn't know
yes,
anything about it, Coach.
that'd
So
be nice.
don't be wearing me out, for not getting on that quicker, but and having that in my head. But anyway,
Yeah.
Coach, we'll let you go. You got things to do. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Stay safe, and I will bring you tomorrow night, Franklin and Riverdale from the reservation with David Limbaugh on
Yeah.
the
Tell David Limbaugh I said hello. There's some people over at Riverdale I still really like, and he's at the top of the list for sure.
Not a lot of people know it, but Coach Kevin Creasy was a former coach at the Riverdale Warriors. He was there with Ron Adelot in years ago, so he's not. He has some Fear the Spear paraphernalia somewhere in his closet.
True. That's
And,
true. It's still in the closet. You know, look at
will
it every
you
now and
please?
then.
I think you ought to wear that. If we make it to the week of the Battle of the Borough, I think you ought to wear some vintage Riverdale stuff one day. Just wear it. You should wear it.
Nah, it just needs to stay put where it's at. I think they've kind of gone away from maybe the logo that we used back in the day. It was
Oh,
cursive writing. That's how long ago it's been. It's stitched in, and like I said, it stays back there in the closet.
interesting.
Like I said,
Yeah, I
it's
know what you're talking about. Fear the Spear
yeah,
logo,
yeah, it's
the
a
real one,
long
the real
time
one.
ago. Good cloth back in the day. I think
Ooh,
it was St. Matthews maybe hooked them up back in the day.
wow.
I think he gave me one shirt to wear, but it was all good. It was all
What
good.
was
Had a good
what was
run
when
on
you
there.
was over there right before you go? When you was over there, what was one of the biggest games you saw where the horse was there and everything, and it was just
Wow, yeah, it was. I'll tell you now, there was no COVID restrictions on fan base. We had huge games. Our first game of the year was against Oakland, and I'm telling you, there was a huge crowd on both sides when you play week zero, Oakland and Riverdale, and that was special. And then of course, Smyrna was coming off the state championship
yep,
and
yep.
played at Smyrna, and it was on. It was on TV, and they broadcast it. It was like the southeastern game of the week. So Fox Sports South
You beat
showed
our
it across
brains in,
13.
man. You beat our brains in. Was you running defense?
They showed it across 13 states. I was running defense, but I didn't beat no brains in. I think they scored about 30 on us. We managed to hang on and win at the end, but they made a heck of a comeback there at the end, and you know thought we might see them in the playoffs. We went undefeated in the regular season
Yep.
and got upset right there in the playoffs right before we played Smyrna in the rematch. But
Wow.
there was some big games, and there was some great crowds back then for sure.
Well, Coach, have a safe evening. I appreciate you joining us on Inside the Headset, and maybe we'll get back over your place soon.
Yeah, maybe I'll shoot you a text at halftime.
I would love to. I'd love to, and you can tell us what I need to improve upon. I'll take
There you
all. I'll
go.
take all
There you go. I'll
criticism.
critique it a little bit.
All righty. Thank you,
Good.
Coach.
All right, stay, man.
All right, bye.